Hello there, today we will be discussing my project Water pH Commands Mung Beans. The reason I did this project was because I have many plants at home and taking care of them is very difficult and there are many factors, one of them including pH. So, from, so by this project, by researching pH, I came across my first question. How does the pH of water affect mung plant germination growth? My hypothesis was if the pH of water given to the mung plant is near or around 7, 7 is neutral pH, then the plant receiving that water will grow to have a good seed germination growth. I made this hypothesis upon the fact that humans, mung plants, and many other organisms need a pH of 7 to survive, with mung plants needing a 6.2 to 7.2 to survive. My independent variable is the pH water the plant is getting, while my dependent variable is the germination slash growth. Now over here are the procedures. Please look at them before we continue. So now I use 14 containers in which I put 1 cup of soil and 12 seeds in each. I then got 14 bottles and then filled them up with tap water and put labels on them that will show what pH will they be altered to. For example, the first bottle will have the pH number 1. I will then use an API converter, an API pH converter, to convert the pH of that water, which has a 7 pH, into a pH of 1, which is very acidic. Then I would give each container 15 ml of water every alternative day based upon the labels. I would then record my data every alternative day. The same day I would give my water. Now moving on. Over here is a figure showing the different pHs used during my experiment. Now over here we are seeing the number of seeds that germinated in each pH. As you could see, the one with 5, 6 and 7, it had the best germination, it had the most number of seeds that germinated, with number 7 having the optimal seed germination. Now over here is a graph showing what the last table was about. These are the plant growth in inches. This is just the average, nothing else, just the average. To clarify any confusion, 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So now as you see, from 6 to 9 they had a good germination, and with 8 having the optimal, from 6 to 9 they had good height, with 8 having the optimal one. This is a graph showing what the last table was about. Over here the number of seeds that grew above 1 inch, and as you see, number 7 had the most seeds that grew above 1 inch. Over here, and lastly, you could now see when we first planted the seeds to when we actually took the last data. And as you see over here, over here 7 is growing better than the rest, and interestingly enough, number 11, even you cannot see because it's tilting, but from the graphs before you could see that it had like a good height which is unexplained, but It died shortly after we took the final observings. So now for so now we observed that the one that as now we observed that the pH that was more acidic had more had an effect, but not as dramatic as the ones that were alkaline, whose effect was, well, let's say 2 months. While the acidic still grew, the the alkaline like refused to grow. So now we have this. So now we have discussed how our hypothesis has been proven right. Now we have discussed the data, and to conclude, we will say that my hypothesis was correct compared to the research that was done, and in this experiment, I was trying not to see if the pH of 7 actually had a good effect on the plants, but I was trying to see if acidic or alkaline helped more than it was written in the research. So, so now my hypothesis was proven correct. It did not help as much as one with a 7 pH, and this information could be used for those who are working in agricultural places and those who are working in environmental health the environmental health sub concerns regarding acid rain in our food supply. These are my citation bibliographies. Thank you for joining this presentation.